Thanksgiving, the new Eli Roth slasher movie taking place in Plymouth, Massachusetts around Thanksgiving. Have you heard about this film, Hot Dog?
I haven't. What's the tagline here?
There will be no leftovers.
Ah, nice.
It's a good tagline. I mean, you want to make fun of it, but it is a great tagline. Eli Roth is fantastic. Some people don't like him. Some people... This is a guy who loves horror movies, grew up loving horror movies, and has decided to spend his time making the movies that he would want to see as a fan. And so what we've got here, and I think Terrifier 2 helps a lot. The fact that Terrifier 2, a year or two ago, comes out, it's the goriest thing in the world, it's ridiculous. It's as genre gets, but it makes millions and millions of dollars. Means that the studios will now roll the dice, and they'll go, yeah, we'll give you another Saw. And then Saw X comes out, and everybody's like, yeah, that's a shit. Oh, it's getting scary in your apartment there, Hot Dog.
I have an ad playing on my TV, and I'm one arm. Give me 1 second.
and then they go, we're gonna make more Saw X movies. So Eli Roth says, I got this for you. And Thanksgiving comes out, and it is. I heard the ad. It is exactly what you think it is, exactly what you want it to be. And we're not gonna do any spoilers for it because it's just come out. But it's an old school slasher movie. A terrible thing happens at the beginning. It leads to a killer that goes on the loose, hunting down a group of teenagers that are not the best people in the world. And we don't know who the killer is until the end of the movie. Lots of beheadings, plenty of intestines to be shown. Absurd circumstances, but, and this is key, right? This is why, like, for instance, I wasn't the biggest fan of the movie Cocaine Bear. Because when you I didn't know, because it was too, like, imagine if this was a real movie, huh, guys? Like, it was too aware of itself and did not take itself seriously at all. So it wasn't going all the way in. It wasn't this love letter to the way film was made. It was like they did a Sharknado movie knowing, but it wasn't Sharknado, it was Sharknado 2. We know what this is. No, guys, we're just going for the goof, which irritates me because that's like when you tell a joke and they're not funny and you go, because it wasn't meant to be funny, it was meant to be stupid. You know, I don't like that.
I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to like it, and I went like 10 minutes in. I was like, this is
because and you're right, and I think that it's because it didn't take itself seriously. Like the key is to make this absurd thing, but within the confines of the thing, it takes itself seriously. Like within the world of Thanksgiving, there is no, hey guys, how dumb is it that we're all watching this movie, huh? It's this movie fucking rules. And this is really happening. And there's a pilgrim who's out there beheading people. We have a new franchise villain here. It's a mask of the pilgrim John Carver. John Carver was one of the original pilgrims on the Mayflower. He's the person credited with writing the Mayflower Compact, which is the sort of first document outlining what the new government of the United States of America will be. He's a very famous settler in Plymouth, Massachusetts. But he basically wears a John Carver Halloween mask that everybody in the town gets because they're in Plymouth. And and that's the look of the killer. Who's behind the mask? And this is what the killer looks like. It's awesome. I love this movie. Love this movie. I come on here. I'm critical of things. Sam, what do you like this? You want to know. You want to go to a movie and go, this is the type of movie that Sam Roberts not likes, loves. It's this.
I don't think you usually, I don't think you've ever really used the L word for a brand new movie. Usually, you're the type that usually likes to let things like settle down and
simmer. Let it simmer.
Sit on it. Yeah.
I don't get excited about stuff like that because I've been duped before. You know, Sometimes I go, you know what? In hindsight, that wasn't great. Or sometimes I go, I was probably too hard on it. You know, I watched it a second time. It was actually kind of good. This, loved it. I would see it again in theaters. I will get it immediately when it's out on home video. I will watch this movie many, many times. It is fantastic. Fantastic. Like, here's how good it is. Patrick Dempsey was in it, and I go like this. I'm glad he got Sexiest Man of the Year. I was so pissed about it. I was like, what, are you kidding me? Why is this guy Sexiest Man of the Year? And then I watched this movie, and I'm like, yeah, good for Patrick Dempsey. I'm glad that
I hope that the SMA cover was a vehicle to plug the Thanksgiving movie.
100% was. I mean, 100%.
That'd be awesome.
100% Sexiest Man Alive went to also Thanksgiving is in theaters now. Yeah, we've got the possibilities of a franchise here. We've got a new horror icon in the John Carver mask. We've got, and it's like, it's not one of those things that is trying to appeal as wide as it possibly can. It's not like, it's like a horror movie, but it's really this. Or, yeah, there's some horror stuff in here, but it's also good for these guys. It's like, nope, this is a straight up gory slasher movie, and you get to figure out who the killer is as it's going.
Now,
there's a reveal at the end. It's awesome. I love it. I love this movie, Hot Dog.
How have the reviews been? I know you're not a big fan of the movie critics.
I don't know.
I
don't know. Let's
the similar sentiments.
Let's
going
see,
around,
because there was a time, I feel like, when critics were not kind to horror movies, but then these horror movies started doing well, which again you could trace back to Terrifier 2 and movies like that. And the minute like the industry started embracing them, then I think the critics started going, "Oh, I see the merit in it too." It's actually quite disgusting the way it all.
Which it's weird because I feel like these movie critics are like kind of dweebs and weirdos themselves, like or at least they grew up into that. Like you become a movie critic because you like all those genres and stuff. So I don't know.
It says it's got 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a very good score.
It's not bad for a horror movie at all.
Let's see. Oh, Jermaine.
Oh, Jermaine.
Jermaine, Travis's friend Jermaine, who writes for IO9. He's right there, Jermaine. This is the guy who made Hostel, trying to invent a new slasher horror icon with gory kills and dense mythology to boot. Thanksgiving doesn't reinvent the genre, but it adds some nice new fixings to the table. Everyone's got to be cute.
Got to be
cute.
That was cute.
Got to be cute. Ricardo says Thanksgiving is funny, bloody, and charmingly self-aware. I don't know. Again, I hate the charmingly self-aware critique of it, because then it's like, oh, it knows it's not a real movie. And you're like, fuck off, dude. Like, this is way better than most movies. Way better. I've seen so many movies, and this is better than a ton of them. Okay.
How would you react if someone called you charmingly self-aware?
Oh, he does this show in his basement. Like, it's fun. And he's got a hot dog there, but he knows he stinks. And you're like, what? No, that's the fun. It's a good show because he knows he sucks. Oh,
I'm going to start using that, actually. That's a good backhanded compliment.
It's charmingly self-aware. Shut up. You should be charmingly self-aware. You are douchily self-important. Charmingly self-aware. Fuck you. Let's see. Vulture / New York Magazine. If all you want to do is watch an assortment of teenagers and others get carved up in garish ways, Thanksgiving certainly gets the job done. That says it's a positive review. This doesn't sound positive at all. If all you want to do, listen, if all you want to do is watch an assortment of teenagers and others get carved up in garish ways, Thanksgiving certainly gets the job done. That's not nice. That's not.
Is that all you want to do?
No. What do you mean? All I want to do is if you're an idiot, this is good. Oh, thank you for the great review. What an asshole!
Like big sweaty men pretending to fight in the ring.
Right.
WWE is good for you, I guess.
Exactly. I didn't say it was bad. If you like big, sweaty, fake fighting in their underpants. WrestleMania was fine. It's a good review.
4 stars.
Oh, listen to this dick in the Observer. No original
Observer.
No, I wish it was Dave. I would love to hear what Meltzer thought of this. No originality and no thrills, but enough stomach churning gore to keep the scaremongers happy. Oh, I wish we had the brain to comprehend what you like, Rex Reed.
It's almost as if they're being forced. I mean, I guess they are. They're being forced to review it, and they know that they can't be like, this stinks for no reason.
Right. Well, tell me why it stinks then. But this is why, because
right.
because if you can't figure out why it stinks, so you got to write some nonsense like this, probably doesn't stink. You just got your head up your ass. Did you ever think about that? I mean, this is another one, okay? Jeremy writes this one. This is a positive review.
Okay.
I had a surprisingly bloody fun time. Why is
that one's not as bad as the other one?
No, because why is it a surprise? I know it looks like shit, but it's actually good. That's not nice. That's not a good review.
But if horror isn't your thing and it's not everyone's thing.
If horror is not your thing, this won't be your thing. This is a horror movie. That's like going like, hey, rom-coms stink, but this is good. Or rom-coms stink, but you can watch this. It's like, well, that's not a...
Sam, you know I love putting everything in wrestling context. Okay. If you took Nicole to a wrestling show,
okay,
and she said, I had a surprisingly good time, you would walk away and be like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but that's fine for Nicole to say that. But I'm not trusting Nicole's judgment to guide me to what to do with my evening. You know what I mean? Like, these are film critics. Okay? So the minute they say surprisingly fun, they're like, this one's okay, but don't see any movies that look like this.
This is the exception.
This is the exception. This is an outlier in the sense that it was fine.
But I will never watch another wrestling show again.
Yeah, this isn't cool at all. Okay, Seattle Times. By the time the big reveal comes along, it's almost besides the point. No, it's the whole point. No, it isn't.
I love me getting annoyed over these reviews.
The audience is so numbed by the gore. I wasn't numbed at all.
Maybe like in a good way. Like before, ejaculation.
The audience is so numbed by the gore, it's likely to barely care who indeed did it. How about this? Speak for yourself, Dick. I cared very much who did it. And most of the gore in the movie, I was like, oh, that was awesome. It was great. You're not sitting there going like, it would never look like that. Or, oh, this is disgusting. Like, it's ridiculous.
We need you on that Rotten Tomatoes page. And it's just you directly.
Yeah. Just comment like what Sam says. I thought I was being nice. No, this is condescending. This is condescending. There's no reason. I mean, I like all the Eli Roth. I like the Eli Roth did. Yeah, he's a legend. He did Cabin Fever. He did the Hostel movies. He did Green Inferno. Green Inferno is amazing. But everybody they go, all these people who review art, they only want art to be one thing that they're comfortable with. They want their Oscar bait nonsense that's the same movie over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
Me.
I need 3 levels of reviews. That shit was dope. That shit was whack. That shit was aight.
Okay. And I will tell you right now, that shit was dope.
Nice.